must be the greatest. I told the world, I talk to God every day. If God's with me, can't nobody be against me. I'm shook up the world.
Mr. Ted King, the WOG Group of Boxing, and we're coming at you guys live for the Benavidez versus Morrell fight today. They have a wonderful undercard as well. So let's get started. So this is going to be should be an action-packed fight. It's going to be a very dynamic fight. Both of these fighters are undefeated, and in my opinion, will be at some particular point probably the face of boxing. And so this is going to be an actually action fight. David Morrell is got all the tools to be able to beat David Benavidez. As a matter of fact, David Morrell has a 4-inch reaching advantage over David Benavidez. So that's going to be telling in the fight, in my opinion. We'll have to see what happens moving forward. But in my opinion, that's what's going to probably determine the outcome of the fight, that reach, and is, of course, other intangibles as well, whether David Morrell will be able to slow down the Mexican Monster, because the Mexican Monster will be coming, as we do know. And so the first three rounds of boxing will probably go to David Morrell. And at that particular point, we'll see what David Benavidez will do to, take Morrell into the deeper waters. But David Morrell has a very good trainer in Randy Shields, who has trained some of the greats in the sport of boxing, notably Evander the Real Deal Holyfield, as well as others. So this is going to be definitely a chess match from the corners. So we don't know right at this particular point how the game plan is going to be set. But in my opinion, David Benavidez, of course, will be trying to offset that 4-inch reach that Morrell has, and use all his pro experience, acumen that he's garnered throughout his 29 fights, 29 fights, 0 losses, I might add. And so, this is going to be a very, 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 very good fight. And David Morrell, of course, he only has 11 fights. He's 11-0. He has a extensive boxing pedigree in amateur ranks. So, we're going to definitely have a fight tonight. Okay, and so, we're going to also give some notoriety to the undercards in the fight. We have Pitbull Cruz. He's going against a very formidable fighter in Farrell. And we have also in the co-main event a rematch between Figueroa and Fulton. And so Figueroa is going to try to revenge his one loss, which was against Fulton. And so, this is going to be should be a very interesting fight. Probably going to go, if Fulton wins the fight, probably go into a decision, in my opinion. So, so we got a lot of things going on, and we're going to be talking about these things as we go along here. And also, I like to also give a shout out to our sponsor today, Advertise My Name. That's add my.name, advertising and marketing. They are our sponsors, and they are the ones who keep us afloat and moving forward with this. With that being said, here's a commercial from Add My Name, and it's yours truly, the sponsor.
Hello, everybody. This is Ted King, trying to talk to you about your money matters. Yes, I understand that times are rough and things are tough, and you're trying to make ends meet. Well, if you're endeavoring to open up a new business, you need to call us at addmy.name or give us a call at 916-712-8427. And let us talk to you about your money woes. I mean, if you're trying to make money. If you're just trying to make a living, a job, whatever, just overbroke, that's fine too. We can talk to you about that as well. But what we're trying to do is keep that heat off of you. It gets hot. Tell you, it gets real hot when the bills are due and you can't pay them. Oh my goodness, it gets hot. We're trying to give you a little relief. You know what I'm talking about? So give us a call at 916-712-8427. Add my name.
Yeah, all right. So also, would like you all to don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, uh, share the content with your friends, and as always, we thank you for watching our program. Yeah, so we're going to definitely do a little deeper dive and leading up to these fights. But yeah, man, look. Uh, uh, they're getting David Morrell early, and they know what they're doing. They're trying to get David Morrell early because 10 more fights under his belt, in my opinion, he would be a much, much better fighter. So game plan for the Benavidez camp is to get David Morrell early because the earlier the better. This guy, he gets going into getting more experience. It's going to be a monster. You know, he'll be the monster. He's a monster right now. Like I said, that 4-inch reach advantage is definitely a telling point, and going to be a uphill battle to get past those 4 inches in the first 1 to 6 rounds. So David Morrell will definitely have his hands full. I mean, my bad. David Benavidez will definitely have his hands full getting inside to inflict the damage that he wants to inflict. And Morrell is a very, very, very hard puncher. The odds makers have Morrell as the underdog. You bet $100 on Morrell, you win 140. So that's, in my opinion, a very good wager. You know, just to to see how see what happens. You know, if you have that, if you have $100 to spend, take a chance on this fight. I'm not saying that Morrell's going to win the fight, but I'm not saying that it's going to be a definite victory for Benavidez as well, because Benavidez is it's going to be a tough fight for both fighters. It's not going to be an easy victory for either one of these two guys. Both of these guys are going to have to bring their best, their A game, if they're going to garner the victory in this one. So that's what we all know, and we all share in that same understanding. So yeah, not an easy fight for anyone in this one. So we'll see what happens, of course, and we get an opportunity to look at all the undercard and take a little deeper dive in that as well, leading up to the fight, leading up to the lives. So yeah, we're going to have a good time today. We're going to invite some guests in today. See if we can get some guests in here today. See what's going on, and see that what we can yeah, sounding board to those who not familiar with the fighters these days. These fighters are definitely we got a new breed of fighters. We got a new breed of fans. We don't have we're actually getting back to the old days of where boxing was the #1 sport. We have Turki Al-Sheikh leading the way in that. And we're going to talk about the upcoming fights with Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford. Also, we have a fight coming up between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. And there's some other upcoming fights in the light heavyweight division, or light heavyweight fight in the light heavyweight division with Dimitri Bivol Dimitri Bivol and Artur Benavidez. So yeah, that fight is going to be a really, really good fight. it's a rematch from their previous encounter last year, where Arthur Benavidez came out the winner in that one. It was a close fight, and arguably a could have been a draw. In my opinion, I watched the fight over, and oftentimes, when we watch the fight, we garner a different perspective in what we're seeing. But I think that it was a definite close fight. The championship rounds, obviously, it was a situation where in the championship rounds, Benavidez stepped it up, picked it up a lot, and was able to, impress the judges enough to win the fight. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the outcome of this next one's going to be, and the next one hopefully will be just as exciting as the first one. And that's basically what we don't always get on these rematches. And in my opinion, this fight has all the earmarks of a trilogy. In fact, if Benavidez, let's say Benavidez, doesn't win the fight, well, we definitely know that Samson, his promoter, will be pushing for a rematch if they don't have it written in the clause already, and that's what hasn't been discussed. Whether or not what kind of rematch clauses are in the contract, because these two fighters want to go up and fight the winner of the Benavidez versus Bevo fight, and that's one thing that they got. These two guys got their eye on that particular prize in terms of being able to get a undisputed light heavyweight championship under their belt, become an undisputed champion, in the 4-belt era, and that's give them prestige moving forward to be able to get these paydays that they want, and the prestige of being an undisputed fighter in the 4-belt era. And probably again, I don't think these guys are not taking a look at the cash cow, which is Canelo Alvarez. And although we do know that Canelo Alvarez will be fighting Terrence Bud Crawford, but that doesn't mean that he will not continue with his. Well, it doesn't mean that. With one thing about Canelo, win-loss on his record doesn't seem to have an impact on his fan base. His fan base seems to always stay with Canelo, come hell or high water. That Canelo got his fan base for real. So if Terrence Bud Crawford was to pull off the upset, in my opinion, because Terrence Bud Crawford, we do know Terrence Bud Crawford is an all-time great fighter. But he's going up 2 weight classes to take on the challenge of pound for pound great in Saul Canelo Alvarez, who has all the experience in the world. Now, he might be, declining because he's in fighting terms, an old fighter. And he may not be the fighter he used to be, but he's still a very formidable fighter, and he's still scheduling 2 fights a year on his in his book, in his his boxing schedule. So he hasn't seemed like he's slowing down in that respect, and he's this fight scheduled for September. So we do know Canelo usually fights in May as well, Cinco de Mayo, and don't know who he's going to fight, but cannot be putting the cart before the horse and fighting another opponent before he gets to Terrence Bud Crawford. But that hasn't been said. I don't know anything about that being reported, so I couldn't say that that's in fact the case or not. But we will see. We shall see, but we shall see, right, how this thing pans itself out. And hopefully, if it does go where Canelo Alvarez is, um, you know, got to fight before he gets to Terrence Bud Crawford. We'll definitely try and get that out to you all as soon as possible, quickly as I can anyway. And so yeah, we'll try and do that. We'll try and to make that happen, and hopefully it will happen. And yeah, again, it's very difficult to say. Um, you know, what Canelo is going to do as far as the date on um, Cinco de Mayo date. But hey, we're going to find out soon enough, right? Yeah. So again, we will see what we shall see, right? But okay, so now. Don't really know what's going on with Spence. There's been some talk that Spence is supposed to be getting ready for something. Then there was also some talk that he may be retiring. Not knowing exactly which direction he's going to go, cannot say what he's doing, but obviously there's some traction in that respect. You know, Spence is I mean, you can't take away Spence's fight record. I mean, he took one hiccup against, and a bad one against Terrence Bud Crawford, but the man had some definite trauma in that accident that he had, and cannot forget that. And so he may not be the fighter that he once was before the accident. So Earl Spence Jr., he will have to, also get okay to this point. Pandora hasn't fought either, so it seems though that they're kind of positioning themselves for that comeback with Pandora and Earl Spence Jr. Don't know if that's fight has been made yet, but that's what it appears like. It appears like we have that. We're waiting for that fight to happen, to start, to gaining the traction, and yeah, we'll see what happens on that one. But that seems like that's the next move for Earl Spence Jr. But I think Earl has to do one thing before he does anything, and that establish who his trainer is going to be. Because right now we don't know who Earl Spence trainer is, with the divorce of him and Derek James, or so it seems. It seems as though that Derek James has not back down. I guess at the last report was Derek James was going to sue Earl Spence Jr. and they were going through a lawsuit, and I think that's still taking place. But yeah, I looking forward to seeing how that plays itself out. Believe that Earl Spence Jr. will fight again, and of course he's an action-packed fighter. What he has left is the key. Will he? I mean, with this long layoff, will he? He's obviously going to show some rest. Because he is at the point in his career, I believe, that he's not trying to, and a lot of them are, fight a lot, a tune-up type fights. And I don't think that Earl Spence Jr. nor Terrence Bud Crawford is in that has that mindset, because, or for that matter, Canelo Alvarez, because I do believe that Canelo Alvarez is fighting two times a year, but Canelo. That's the difference. Canelo has those dates set, Cinco de Mayo, and then that September date. All circumventing around the Mexican traditions and culture. So that is set in stone. That's not going to change. So yeah, we're going to have Canelo going to be in and around those dates all the time. So I'm not going to say that those are tune-up fights for Canelo. Those are just the dates that he sets. But it's going to be very interesting to see what Canelo does if he decides to fight on Cinco de Mayo, and if he decides to, you know, fight a worthy opponent before he goes into the contest with Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford, we know Terrence Bud Crawford on that particular fight, you know, is going to definitely give Canelo some movement, and that's one thing that Canelo does not like. But now let's get back to Errol Spence Jr. for a moment, because Errol Spence, we have to keep an eye on what Fandora is going to get ready to do. If Fandora is working to get back, and if the PBC, because they both of them are with PBC, both premier boxing champions on that side of the street, as they say. If they're going to, go ahead and make the fight. We know the fight card coming up is definitely a PBC fight with the Benavidez and Morrell fight. That's a PBC fight. That's an event that may have come with an announcement as to what Fandora and Errol Spence Jr. is going to do. But it seems to me that that's what the powers that be in terms of what Errol Spence Jr. would be doing would be looking like. He'd be looking like he'd be fighting Fandora next for that 154-pound championship. I believe it was the WBC, if I'm not mistaken, for that particular title. And we shall see what we shall see, as I said before. But I am very interested in this fight coming up. Now, I said I wasn't going to make a prediction. I still not going to make a prediction. But I have told several people that I would, if I was going to get 140 odds, the 140 odds, put my money on David Morrell. I believe that David Morrell does have a decent chance of winning this fight. A decent chance winning this fight. What he does have in his corner, from lack of experience, he does have lack of experience, but he does have Ronnie Shields in his corner. And I believe that could be the difference maker in terms of him being able to make the adjustments, the proper adjustments that he would probably is going to need, because the ebb and flow of this fight is going to be, I'm sure, tumultuous. And looking at the weigh-in, he came in fit. I mean, Morrell looked fit for the fight. He looked very fit, looked very trim, looked like he was ready to go. When he got off that scale, he definitely looked like the more fit of the two fighters. We know that doesn't mean anything when it comes to David Morrell. He does have a soft, I should say it's not soft, but a smooth type of physique, but that Morrell definitely looked like he had been working out, training, he's trimming, ready to go. No question about that. We both came in at the same week. So, that's one thing that is for sure, that Morrell is in great shape, ready to go. Looks like he's has no problem. Had no problem making the weight. Both of them came in at the same weight. Okay, so they both came in the same weight. So it was. It's going to be. They're definitely going to be ready for this contest. And I'm quite sure both of these fighters there's some nervousness on both their part. They seem pretty calm. They seem pretty, confident, of course. And you can't always go by what they seem like, what they appear like. As far as they're nervous. There's nobody that's not going to be jumping in the ring that's not going to be nervous. That's just part of the game. They will be going in there. They will be nervous going into the fight. There's definitely a great opportunity here to make a statement for their careers in this particular fight. And I'm sure that's exactly what they're going to do. There's no question in my mind about that. But I have to say that, I'm very, I never make a prediction until after the weigh-in. I never like looking at, what I think the outcome is going to be, because we don't know what their fitness is, if there are injuries or anything of that nature. So I never like making a actual prediction before the weigh-in. In this particular case, if I was just looking at him, I would have to say David Morrell, trim and ready, and he looked like a person I would say he's trim and ready. I got mine on him, so just based on what the appearance was at the weigh-in, David Morrell was he's definitely in shape, trim and ready to go. And of course, so is David Benavidez. He comes in, one thing, when you look at David Benavidez, called the Mexican monster for a reason. But when you look at his arms, he has the arms of a fighter. I mean, because they're smooth. Okay, there's not a lot of muscularity to them, and that's why he's able to get those combinations off so quickly, because of he doesn't have a lot of muscle to slow him down, and so he does have that ability to throw a lot of fast combinations. The combinations come quick and swift, and he throws them from different angles. And my only thing is, I have to have to say it again, that it's that 4-inch reach. Okay, that 4-inch reach that he'll have to navigate to be able to get inside in range to go to the body against, because he is not, David Benavidez is not a knockout artist per se. He wears his opponents down, and of course, then he takes them out. But there's one punch that he will have to be wary of, and I do mean wary, and that's the Morrell uppercut. Morrell has a very good uppercut. That uppercut, I'm telling you, is deadly. And that's going to be the tell sign of whether Morrell will be able to subdue David Benavidez, because it's going to be, if it's any punch that he's going to throw that's going to hurt him from the southpaw position, will be that uppercut, that right uppercut that he throws. And he throws it with bad intentions. And he throws it very well, too. So that's the one punch that David Morrell will definitely have to watch out for going into not David Morrell, but David Benavidez will have to watch out for when he tries to go inside and, inflict pain on David Morrell. The thing in David Morrell's previous fights, he has allowed his opponents to get close enough to hit him to the body. He kind of sits there and lets them tap on his gloves, because he keeps a high guard. But he still lets his opponents try to get off on punching. And that's another thing that from my perspective, it's very scary, because you got a fighter who, in this case, David Benavidez, who is going to throw a lot of punches in combination if all you do is put your guard up. This guy, Morrell, if he's going to win this fight, he'll have to take out some of the pages of past great Cuban fighters and inject some movement in this particular fight against David Benavidez. Now, if he's able to do that, he may be very successful, because I had at one particular point chose a fight between David Benavidez. And by the way, I want everyone to know that I am a David Benavidez fan. Love David Benavidez. But it was my opinion that when he fought Dimitri Andre, that Dimitri Andre would make it a boring fight. And here's how: that he would run from Dimitri Andre. He didn't run from Dimitri Andre, did quite the opposite of what I thought that he was going to do. And without realizing, and I realize why now, but he was going in to the lion's den against David Benavidez. And David Benavidez, of course, was able to wear him down and take him out. And that was definitely something that I didn't see, because I had thought that, in my opinion, that David Benavidez, I mean, Dimitri Andre was going to make it a boring fight by moving a lot. But not doing all my research, I discovered later that it was David Benavidez who had the longer reach. David Benavidez had a 74-inch reach, and Dimitri Andre had a 73. So the Benavidez camp said, well, we probably going to need to get inside on David Benavidez if we're going to win the fight. And thus, this different type of fight plan that I didn't foresee. But this is different because David Benavidez for this fight does not have the advantage in reach. It's his opponent. It will be David Morrell with a 4-inch reach advantage. And that is the reason why I say David Morrell has a great chance of garnering an upset tonight. Based on my prediction, I thought that Dimitri Andre would beat him in a boring fight. This right here is going to be a barn burner of a fight. But the guy with the best feet is going to have 4-inch reach advantage, and he's going to be the better person moving around the ring. You know, he's got better feet. So, man, I don't know what else to say, but I do know that I'm looking forward to this. And in between time to get ready to go, we'll be probably, playing a few videos. Yeah, because I don't know if you all see it on my video. So if you're going to watch the stream, you might as well take a look at it, right? But yeah, I think that it's going to be very interesting. And again, I'm not saying that Benavidez is not, going to be victorious in this particular fight. I'm just saying that this should be his hardest fight to date. It should be his hardest fight to date. It should not be. It's not going to be a easy walk in the park for him, and that's what I'm saying. And for either fighter, but based on my prediction of Dimitri Andre being able to make it a boring fight, coming from the southpaw position with decent enough movement, and I thought it would be a boring fight. Dimitri Andre made a fight of it and he lost. This is not going to be the case because now we got David Morrell who's hitting harder, moving more, 4-inch reach advantage. How come I'm not in Reno right now? Making a bet on this fight, on this one, right? I need to be in Reno right now, making a bet on this one, right? Yeah. Well, anyway, it is what it is, right? But yeah, we're gonna definitely have fun today. We're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna see what we're gonna see, right? We definitely gonna see what we're gonna see, and it's gonna be the beginning of the year. It's going to be the beginning of the year fight for the beginning of the year, February the 1st. Can't wait to see what's going on. Looking forward to it. And going to do a little bit of making sure
fighters that's out here. I take my hats off to them. Wish them nothing but the best. Like I said before, they are here being tremendous champions. Doing what they need to do. Nothing but the best. I'm not gonna sit here and bash nobody for what they do. So again.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Yeah, I didn't go missing in action. I thought, let me see, unless unless I'm wrong in terms of my being able to, you guys to be able to hear me. But no, I'm still running around here just talking. Ain't went nowhere. Yeah, 3 o'clock Pacific time for the prelims. Is what that's basically what I got. We're streaming, of course. Let me tell you, we're also streaming across different platforms. Nate, we're streaming at Add My Name. Of course, we're streaming over here too. Mighty King Media TV. What else are we streaming? I think we got a couple streams going on. So we got a couple platforms going on all at the same time tonight. So yeah, so it'll be 3 o'clock Pacific time for the prelims, and. So we're gonna, we have to see if we can see, man, we might be able to see some of that, you know what I mean? That's a possibility on the prelims. But yeah, so we might be able to see some of that. But it's hard to say because these folks they be tripping, especially when it comes down to getting their money. Do we get the money? Trying to get that cash, right? Making sure, and also this copyright stuff, man. They catch you on that copyright stuff is crazy. I mean, I can't get this snippet right here, in the background right here. It ain't moving. It's not doing nothing. But if it moved, and it could move, I can get it to move. All of a sudden, I have turned around and I've done some copyright infringement. Well, we don't want none of that. Let me see. I'm gonna make sure everybody can still hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know because I don't want no problem with this copyright stuff. Although I do want you to see what's going on, in the world of the updates. What's happening, what's going on right now. Fights obviously is going to be on. We're going to be able to get the fight. That's not going to be a problem, and I'll be able to talk about the fight as it's going on. Yeah, prelim for David Benavidez start at 6 o'clock Pacific time. 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. My bad. Like I said, Eastern time. So that's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is when the fight's going, prelims get to started. And we're going to be here for a minute. We're going to be here. You might have to move locations for a moment. But we're going to be watching this until the final bell of the David Morrell fight. So we'll be here chit-chatting. You all go ahead and let your family because listen, the goal is to put a stamp on this, on this live with these boxes. I started the channel, and I've been having a good time doing the channel. I've been having some very good, very, 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 very good videos. And as you know, I'm not sure if you all know this, but oftentimes you do these podcasts, and a lot of times these people they don't see you don't see your videos, don't see all your videos. And of course, if they got a favorite fighter, they're gonna follow that favorite fighter. Like, for example, Pitbull Cruz. That man has a following, uh, like Canelo. His fan base is strong. I mean, and also Cibrel Matias. And that is the fight that I want to see between Pitbull Cruz. Next, if Pitbull Cruz gets past Farrell, I want to see Pitbull and Cibrel Matias get together and put on a barn burner of a fight because it's going to be fan friendly. It's going to be between the two countries, Mexico and Puerto Rico, and that's the fight. Listen, that's the barn burner right there. They're lining themselves up for another chance, another belt. To navigate themselves in a situation where they can get another championship belt at 140 pounds. Because there was some smoke and some mirrors with that Ryan Garcia talking about he wanted to fight Pitbull Cruz, and Ryan Garcia can't make 143 pounds, let alone 140. And Pitbull Cruz is not going up to 147 to fight Ryan Garcia so he can get beat up. That's not going to happen. So we can forget about that. And then Ryan Garcia, I'm going to tell you, Ryan Garcia is a talent. No question about it. Ryan Garcia is a talent. He's a talent. And that, I spoke on this before, how that publicity, it was a publicity. They need to hire them guys. Listen, advertise my name, advertise marketing, who sponsors us. We need to reach out and get them to get them to help us with our publicity. Because their publicity stuff that they put together, man, was genius. Leading to the fight. That of course, there was some things going on that shouldn't have went with the steroids, etc. I guess with the steroids, like this is what it was reported that he failed, and it was substantiated as well. So it was not like it was reported; it wasn't substantiated. No, it was reported and substantiated that there was something in his system that wasn't supposed to be there. And I'm not going into all that, but I'm just saying that besides all that, they could have done a movie on that, because this thing right here, what they did was like amazing. It was absolutely amazing. The way they put things together, it was absolutely amazing. And I put my hat off to them, because what they was able to do in terms of getting the interest on that with the Bill Haney coming out talking and saying that Ryan Garcia this and that little movie that they did, and then of course it kept going and going. And then TMZ jump in there talking about Ryan Garcia. He didn't have his phone, and he couldn't contact his people, and then all of a sudden he goes in there, he's getting prepared for the fight. It was an absolute genius of a genius stunt that they put together. And then, of course, the $3 million going over one for every pound, $1 million. Ryan Garcia had to pay Devin Haney for every single pound he was overweight, and paid him $3 million. That was for real, folks. That payment was for real. Hitman paid him $3 million for coming in 3 pounds over the weight limit, and to get that, what? And that's what happened, man. That was some genius stuff right there. That stuff was so genius, the way they put things together. I'm telling you, it was so genius that I'm like saying, I'm still, sitting in my seat right now, thinking, man, if they put something together like that again, I'm gonna be, on pins and needles to see how they, But here's the thing. In my opinion, it's going to be another real season event, and I don't think that it's going to probably be more of the norm. So I think that's why we're having so much smoke and mirrors going on right now, because I think as soon as Turkey Alice, she says the fight is on, and we don't need all that other stuff, they'll just do that, publicity type stuff here. All the only thing we hit during the Ring Magazine Awards, both of them were there. They never did any interviews with them close in proximity that I saw. I seen Ryan Garcia, talking. I seen Devin Haney, both of them presented, I believe. And, but no like, hey, the fights, but they had to be talking about it. And oh yeah, Brian Garcia, he had a whole year off, but so did Devin Haney. He had a whole year off as well. I mean, he wasn't fighting for a year, so he must have been recuperating for a year because he did take a beating on that one. He definitely did. Matter of fact, I said it. I said if anybody was gonna get knocked out, it would not be Ryan Garcia in the fight, and I stand by that today. I don't believe on a rematch that it would be a knockout that Devin Haney would knock out Ryan Garcia. I mean, if it's just straight up, I'm talking about no steroids, just 100. They're gonna fight at 147 pounds. This fight's gonna be at 147 pounds. This fight will not be at 140. It'll be for a welterweight match. The question is, will it be for 10 rounds or will it be for 12 rounds? And that's what the negotiation process is probably going to have to sort out. The public is going to say, yeah, 12 rounds is going to make it more interesting. It's going to be a grudge match, as we do know, if and when and it will happen, because that's a big money fight. So, all that stuff about, Ryan talking about he want to fight Pitbull Cruz, and I think now I hear some stuff about some Rolly Romero. Well, that'd be good because that'll put some money in Rolly's pocket, because we know what the outcome is going to be, but at least put a little bit of money in Rolly Romero's pocket. He'd have a good little payday because they'll do the same thing. Rolly's a good talker. Ryan is a good PR man, and so between the two of them, it's going to be a lot of interest, in the two. So that's gonna be fantastic. So hopefully that will be the case as well when that does happen. Hopefully, whenever it happens, wherever they decide to do. I shouldn't say when it happens because that's another one that may not happen, but it could happen. But we know it'd be a tune-up, pretty much battle for Haney. Because I don't think that they're looking at Rolly like that, like he's a contender for a title any longer. But it won't be for a title anyway, because none of them except for Haney, he might be might hold the title in recess. His title might be in recess, where it's just there. He's still holding it, but it's just there. So he might be the title holder in recess, but Haney is not going to be fighting Garcia for that title. And Rolly Romero don't have a title, and neither does Ryan Garcia. So, we'll see what happens on that. But that's the latest I heard about what's going on with Ryan Garcia, But what I'm really, really, really curious about, and that's that upcoming fight between Devontae Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Because nobody's talking about that. What we're hearing is that, well, not that I know of anyway. I hear Devontae Tank Davis talking about fighting, I believe, he wanted to fight or mentioned he's having an argument with Terrence Bud Crawford, which is kind of weird to me. I'm like, what the heck is he trying to start some beef between him for? I mean, it could be PR again, right? That's one thing about all this stuff. It's got to be some PR going on with that, with these fights that are guarded. Because now listen, the only reason why I believe that Morrell got a little upset when he threw that belt. I mean, was that an accident? I mean, because he got awfully close, Was he just going to toss that belt to, get close to David Benavidez? Was it an accident or was it on purpose? Because it got really, really, really close, right? But aside from that, most of the cases is a bunch of PR, public, for the public, and so, I mean, come on now. But that belt got really close. Now, so back to Devontae Tank Davis. Now, is this a publicity stunt going on? With saying he's tired of what's going on in boxing trash, and he's having a problem with his trainer. All this obviously something is going on, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of traction. When I say a lot of traction, I mean there's not like talk about it about the actual fight. I'm talking about the actual fight. The actual fight between Lamont Roach or Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. There's not a lot of talk about that. And these guys got a history because they've had a couple of contests um, in the amateurs, right? And yeah, so they know each other very well. And Lamont Roach, he ain't a bad fighter. I mean, he's a pretty good guy. I mean, I see him. He can sting a little bit, you know. So I don't know if it's public relations that this is going on with outside of what's going on with Tank. You know, what's going on with Tank? Is this other stuff? Is it public PR or is it for real? You know, because you know, I mean, we do know one thing, that the guy does have he does have a fight coming up, you know, but not a lot not well, okay, let me see. Okay, hold on a second here. I'm looking at these comments. Don't know what's happening right here. But but anyway, so yeah, I do think that we are going to definitely have some interesting things transpiring. What's going on now, and what will transpire in very soon future. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of things happening. We're gonna have a lot of stuff going on. A lot of things is gonna happen in the sport of boxing. I'm looking forward to that. And maybe you guys might know, may or may not know. I've been doing a lot of stuff with the about the Sacramento Kings, my team, the Beam team, Sacramento Kings. You know, if anybody is hearing this outside of the United States, America, probably don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's Sacramento Kings, the Beam team. I've been paying attention to them, and I've been following them. It's going to be great outcome this year because they're making some moves. They fired the coach. Yeah, they did fire the coach. They got rid of Mr. Brown. They got rid of him, and then they put Doug Christie in his space. But that space was already, I think, already ready for Doug Christie. I think it was already because when Mike Brown got the job, he said that Doug Christie was kind of like a mainstay. I don't think that was part of his original wanting him on the bench type things, right? So it was Doug Christie could call him a mainstay. So yeah, he is what it is, I guess, right? But it's gonna be interesting with the Sacramento Kings. So basketball, that's basketball. I try to get some people on here that's gonna talk about some basketball, but I ain't been able to do it thus far. I got some so-called Sacramento Kings fans that really talk about being Sacramento Kings fans in my family. But ain't come up here. Matter of fact, Sacramento Kings got a game today too. Now I think about it. Yeah, they do got a game today. I'm gonna see who they playing. Oklahoma, I believe. They're playing Oklahoma at the Peckham Center. That's what it says. I'm looking at something right here. It says where they playing at. Yeah, they playing at Sacramento Kings today, and they play at 7:00 p.m. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if that's what that's 7:00 p.m. their time or 7:00 p.m. Pacific time, but they're gonna be playing, and yeah, they're gonna be playing today, and we know that's gonna be a hard game for the Sacramento Kings because they're playing arguably the best team in the Western Conference. So yeah, and that's not necessarily a good thing in terms of getting a win. In my opinion, they're playing a very, very, very tough team today. And let's see what it says. It says that they're going to be playing February the 1st, Saturday at 7:00 p.m. Now that's the question: is that p.m. for Pacific time, or is it wherever Central time? I think that's what Oklahoma City is in Central. Yeah, but they're going to be playing them tonight at 7 p.m. somebody's time. It probably be I know how I can find this out. I can just go ahead and find this out this way. But yeah, so yeah, I've been doing a lot of Sacramento King stuff, and Sacramento King is my team for basketball. Just in case you all didn't know, you know now, because that's where I'm currently living in Sacramento, and that's why more than anything else. But they doing okay. They like number. Okay, it says here they're number 10. They're number 10 on the NBA list, but yeah, they doing all right. They going big talk about trading De'Aaron Fox. Big talk. We're gonna get rid of Fox. We're gonna get rid of De'Aaron Fox here and De'Aaron Fox. We're gonna get rid of him. So yeah, that's what they're talking about. Getting rid of De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, he's a good player. I mean, he's the most athletic player that they got. Now, is he the best basketball player? That's up to debate. That's debatable. But he's definitely the most athletic player. He's definitely that. He's definitely an athletic player, and he's an athletic player that definitely is a good player. He's a good player. But we're here. We see Sacramento Kings. They're number 10. They got 24 wins and 23 losses. And Oklahoma City way up there is 37 wins and 9 losses. Man, they're the number 1 seed in the on the east on the West Coast. Them boys is playing some basketball, man. These cats is playing some ball. And so yeah, I'm gonna go and see exactly what time this game is gonna be played tonight. Because it's not gonna coincide with the stream, but we're gonna do the stream regardless. It doesn't have anything. We're gonna this is a definite fight night for me. It's a fight night for me. I'm gonna be watching. It's gonna be fight night for me. It's a fight night for me, folks, ladies and gentlemen. It definitely is a fight night for me. I'll be watching. We're gonna be going through this here thing with these fights tonight for sure, no doubt. Okay, I lost one of my streams, one of my Instagram. Instagram had to disconnect the stream. They currently disconnect streams after 1 hour. So it's been 1 hour. So we're gonna remove them. Instagram is no longer in the building. Bye-bye, Instagram. So they got to, maybe that other stream will be faster. I'm not sure if it will or not, and I don't really care. But they just let me know I got 2 accounts over there at Instagram. I didn't know that. But now I know. So if I decide to go back over there, that's what I'll do. But for the most part, right now, we're not going to worry about this too much. What we're going to do is we're going to see what's happening with the Sacramento Kings, the Beam team. That's what I want to see. And Sacramento Kings, when they play tonight, let's see here. They're going to be playing NBA. Yeah, let's see what's happening here. Let's see what's going on here. We're going to find out for sure right now when the Sacramento Kings is going to be playing and what time they're going to be playing. Sacramento Kings is playing 5 o'clock my time. So 5 o'clock my time is when the Sacramento Kings is going to be playing. Yeah, that's what they play. They play Sacramento Kings play tonight at 7 o'clock. There was going to be 2 hours difference. So yeah, Kings will be playing tonight at 5 o'clock against the number 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder. So we know what that's going to look like, don't we? Yeah, we do. We know what it's going to look like. No, listen, it's probably not going to be a good outcome, but we're going to root for the team anyway. Because even with a loss, they're going to still be at 500. They'll be at 24-24, so, which is a lot better than what they started out, because it was super crazy how it was before. Super crazy. And I do mean super duper crazy how it was before. It's going to be a lot, much better. Way better than it was when they lost all of them games, them 6 games in a row. But they came back and won 7 in a row. They offset that, but it's crazy. Basketball is crazy, and it's crazy, but it's good. I love basketball. I love I love I love the sport, and yeah, so we're doing good on that. Yeah, but this thing right here, I'm telling you right now, uh, you all, when the fight starts, we're gonna have to start hitting. Well, there's not that many people in here right now. It keeps fluctuating, and the numbers need to go up, and these numbers need to go way, 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 way up. These numbers need to go way up. I'm gonna get them up too. These numbers is gonna get way up because I need my subscribers. I need you guys to like and comment. I'm getting a few comments now, but we need to keep, so I can always give you all this. Thanks for watching. At the end of the thing, but keep them the subscribers up. Keep them likes going, man. We need to get them likes up, get them comments, them subscribers going, and that's what we really need. We need those, and we need those, man. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to give your comments in it. Because listen, I know you got some comments. I know you got some comments about these fights. Listen, these fights are great. The fights are great. The whole endeavor of bringing boxing back is back. I'm just loving it. The days of when we had the greats doing things like this.
I am the greatest.
We got to bring those days back. These got to come. They got to come back so we can go ahead and keep this thing going and get the new stars boxing in the building. And yeah, that's what we need to do. That's what we're going to do because boxing is back. I mean, because listen, we got Turkey Al Sheikh making these fighters who they are. So we need to be as content creators, people who are we're promoting this sport right now. Okay, yeah, we're moving this sport in the direction where it needs to be going. But the thing is that we got people, I'm gonna tell you the truth, we got people who don't know boxing. See, they box, and the reason why I say they don't know boxing is because they were trained. The trainer told them what to do. The trainer said, do this combination. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stuff like that, And then, of course, all the other things that the trainer would tell them. Well, they learn what the trainer knows. And if the trainer doesn't know boxing and he's a fighter, or wasn't a good fighter or having a good trainer, then that's basically what the fighter's getting, inadequate training from inadequate person who used to box. So, and oftentimes you see boxers who are great boxers but don't train. Because they had great heart. Something about what they did. They had the heart. They knew what to do. Now, you know what? I'll say this. Mike Tyson does talk about training and does give a good account of why he was good at what he was doing. And, and so, yeah, I have to, give him credit where credit is due because that's what he was doing. He was, he would be, he would did, I should say, because he, you see videos about, how he would, keep his hands up. He would move this way and move that way, and when he moved this way, or if he punched, like let me give you an example. He punched this way, he would move that way, or if he punched this way, he'll move this way. See, he would talk about that, which makes a lot of sense. To get out the line of fire. And when he was at his tip-top best, he was a very good defensive fighter. And guess what? Short-armed fighter. I believe Mike Tyson's reach was like 72. 72. So yeah, I think it was like 72 or 3. Short-armed fighter. But he was a compact fighter. So when he hit you, boom. It was that. I was listening to a guy talk today. And he was talking about he didn't believe fast twitch translated into knockout power. I could not disagree more. Okay, fast twitch does transfer to knockout power when it's a fast twitch motion with snap. See what I'm saying? Snap. See, that snap is what knocks people out. You see, and it's the snap that knocks people out. It's the fast twitch, but it's also the snap. See, yeah. See, y'all know all about that. See, I was fast twitch, snappy puncher, but you see me boxing. see, y'all see me boxing. I box now. I was boxing. I was like 65 years old. I was in the ring boxing. Not I wasn't boxing for money, but I was in there boxing. Here I go right here. Yeah, see, I'm the guy in the green. I'm the guy with the pink gloves on. That was me. I was old then. I was like I was old now, but I was like 65 then. I'm a little older now. Believe it or not, you can't tell, but I am. But yeah, I was like 65, young man. His name is Jason James, and he sparred for Canelo. He helped Canelo get ready for a Charlo fight. And so he was just getting ready to turn pro. And he said, I'm getting ready to turn pro. He finished his little amateur. He didn't make it to the Olympics. And he said, well, I'm going to turn pro. And I said, well, man, you know what? If you're going to turn pro, you at least need to see a little pro style. Because if you get in somebody, they match you with somebody who's a little bit, like me, that knows a pro style, of boxing, it might be a problem. You want to win all your fights, actually. But the first 10 for sure, 10, 15 for sure. If you get up to 15 no losses, you're doing good. And then, you get to 20 wins, no losses. Okay, it's even better, But so I was telling him, so he said to me, well, don't give me 2 weeks to get ready. I told him, well, okay, man, take 2 weeks, bro. I ain't tripping. I'm old, right? I train for a day. It's going to take me 3 days to recover. I'm doing no training, man. Look, I'm walking around. And that's what I was doing in this bar, man. Just walking around. We did about three rounds, 3-minute rounds, But of course, listen, I know about training. I know about snaps. That's the reason why I'm so good when I'm doing these videos. When I look at these videos and I see, I'm watching these fighters fight, and I'm saying, well, look, this is what he's doing, and he keeps doing like Usyk. When he fought Fury this last time, he was throwing the left jab up underneath the heart. He kept hitting up underneath the heart. The heart for a lefty, right? The heart is on the left side of the body. For a southpaw, now this is what I'm saying. Usyk has some very, very, very smart trainers. Very, very, very good trainers. Yeah, because as you look at these fights, you start learning some things that you didn't think about. Oh my gosh, look what they do. He kept throwing that left, bam, it's bam to right underneath that heart, right? It's on this side. The heart's on this side. He kept throwing that jab, right, bam, right on this side, right here. He kept jabbing, bam, bam. And so, yeah, this is what was going on. So you have to understand, that's our process to slow the big man down. Keep hitting him to the body, keep hitting him underneath that heart, slow him down. And it wore him down enough to win the fight, to garner the victory twice. So Alexander Usyk, he's hitting in some vital areas, right? He's not just hitting you. He's hitting you in vital areas of the body, Yeah, that's what, that's the difference, about these guys who actually know about boxing and know about strategies in the sweet science. And, it is a hurt me sport, no doubt, because the person who wins the fight, normally hurt the other person more than the other person hurt them. And that's what happened. That's what's happening. And that's why Usyk he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He is a great fighter. He is arguably going to go down in this era for sure as an all-time great in this era for sure. But in the era, but he did make some accomplishments. Well, he's right up there with Evander Holyfield. He kind of sort of, because Evander got to have a few losses. But Evander was fighting, in my opinion, stiffer competition than what Usyk is fighting as far as seasoned fighters, guys who on Olympic teams or tried out for Olympic teams or whatever. And, fighting all these guys, fighting all, the best top contenders and stuff like that. He had his whole, and then he fought Big George Foreman and beat him. You know what I mean? Big George Foreman turned around and knocked out, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but Teddy Atlas's fighter, Steve was Southpaw, and what's his name? Knocked him out, I can't remember his name right now. It escapes me. But anyway, it'll come to me before this thing is all over with. But yeah, he definitely changed the game, as far as coming up. I'm talking about Evander coming up as a cruiserweight, going into the heavyweight ranks, and dominating in the cruiser, and then dominate in the heavyweight ranks, and so he's right there. Usyk is right there with Evander. Yeah, so if Evander is one of the all-time greats, so should Usyk, and so Usyk beat up some big guys. I mean, because the guys that he fought was bigger than some, because heavyweights are bigger now. They done got huge, and Usyk is bringing them down, knocking them down the size, So, when I think about it, in terms of giants, who the giant killer is, probably going to be Usyk. Alexander Usyk, the giant killer, because that's basically what he's doing, killing giants. Killing them. I mean, he giving them the blues too, right? Usyk, every day Usyk is giving them the blues, man. Usyk ain't joking. Usyk is giving them the blues, okay? Alexander Usyk, he is giving them the blues. He ain't playing with them, okay? So he's gonna go down as one of the all-time greats. I got a few more comments over here. I'm gonna get with you. Hey man, what's up? Hey, Antonio Marquez Ramos says, "Hey man, what's going on, Antonio? What's happening, bro? How's everything going? I hope everything's going. Oh, let me see. You got a avatar. So what kind of avatar is that, Antonio? Yeah, but Antonio, he holler. What's up? Okay, what's up, Becca? What's up, man? It's all good, man. Antonio, it's all good, man. Glad you're in the building. Hold on a second. Wait, this guy. I'm gonna take a shower. Keep the show going. Okay, you take a shower, man. Antonio's gonna keep the show going. So yeah, the show is still going, man. Go take a shower. But yeah, man, look, Usyk, man, this dude here is definitely all-time great category. He is the ultimate giant killer because he beat up on people bigger than Evander beat up on, right? Really, you think about it. He really beat up on some fighters bigger than what Evander did. Okay, yeah, Evander he beat up some big guys, but Usyk really killing them because they're bigger now, right? They're bigger, they're really bigger, And I'm gonna play some of the videos, about how I felt, what Usyk, okay, what Usyk, is all about. I might find. I mean, I'm not sure that's in there somewhere. I'll try and play the video, but I'm gonna, get with this, see what's going on with this fight, man. These here prelims. See if we can get these prelims going and see what's happening before we get to the big one, right? Listen, the prelims, man. Look, we're gonna have some. I think we're gonna have some KOs. Now, normally I would go ahead and give a prediction on who I think, even the prelims. I would give a prediction on who I thought was going to win the prelims. I would actually do a deep dive into the fighters and take a look at them and say, this fighter here going to win. You go down there, you can take a look. Listen, and win it. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm like a 90%, maybe like a 95% success rate when it comes to picking fighters. I kid you not. I'm like maybe a 96 and maybe 97 because it's very seldom that I pick a fighter and they lose. And so yeah, this fight right here. This fight right here. Who I think gonna win this fight? Well, it comes down to the trainers in this one. Which one of those trainers? And speaking of Evander Holyfield, Ronnie Shields trained Evander Holyfield, by the way. So speaking about, talking about in terms of the, trainers, I have to say this, that Ronnie Shields is, might be the difference maker. He might be the difference maker. Ronnie Shields might be the difference maker. You know, he might be the one that's going to be the deciding factor in the fight. And I'll give you a good example. I was, when Earl Spence fought, well, he hadn't fought, but the fight was made. Earl Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. When that fight was made, right, we got all this talk, right? Who, this is a 50-50 fight and this, that, and the other, and both sides of the street coming together and all this other stuff. 50-50 fight, really? 50-50 fight, right? Okay, so they had remember, I said I don't pick fights until after the weigh-in. Well, I picked the winner before the weigh-in on this one, right? And I had done a video a long time ago about this other side of the street stuff, right? Because let me get to this point before I go back that way. Okay, let me stay on point. So I'm looking Terrence Bud Crawford training and looking at Earl the Truth Spence training, and I come over with an understanding that Derek James training Earl Spence all by himself. I don't see nobody but Derek James, right? Training Earl the Truth Spence Jr. And I'm looking, I'm saying, hey man, I mean, just hitting, doing all this stuff, hitting. And then they turn around and show Terrence Crawford with his team of trainers, showing him different things, talking about different things from different perspectives. You see, I know that that's better because in this town right here, where I live in Sacramento, California, cannot go to a gym in this town and see somebody boxing and say, man, you ought to try this about the trainer. Talking about, oh, don't say nothing to him. Don't say nothing to him. I'm saying, whoa. You don't want me to say nothing to him? You don't want me, give him some advice to help him with his longevity? See, the fighter should have said, look, man, you know what? I need to know exactly what I need to do, man, to keep myself safe. I mean, that's what makes only sense to me, man. Look, tell me what to do to make sure I stay safe in the sport of boxing. Screw this trainer over here, man. Look, tell me what you got to tell me. I'm gonna tell you, this is what you do, bro. I mean, keep yourself safe. You see, and so when I saw Derek James, the only trainer, not getting Earl Spence Jr., not getting the this from different perspectives, and putting it, downloading it, and putting it in his arsenal, I said, oh shoot, man. Check mark for the trainer. I'm gonna give a check mark to my boy here. Check mark. Yeah, check. I'm talking about Terrence Bud Crawford, his team. We know Bo Mack ain't in no great shape to be no doggone trainer doing all that physical stuff. I mean, he's keeping it real now. I mean, I got respect for the man. He's a head trainer, right? Like Bill Haney. Don't know nothing about boxing, but he's a head trainer because he can look and see, well, you know what, you working with him with this, you work with him with that, you work with him with this, you work with him with that, and that's what makes a head trainer. Okay, and that's what makes a head trainer. The person who's saying, this is what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, and you work with him with this, and he's be working on that, get him in shape. We're going to go up to a high altitude, and we're going to do these mini camps. That's what Terrence Bud Crawford does. He works 365 days out the year. He's on his job. You got a business, him. I tell you, you got a business, him. Okay, and that's what these fighters need to understand. My business is me. This trainer ain't jumping in there. I need because when it comes down to it, that fighter is the one that's going to be making the adjustments in the ring. So that's going back to Deshaun James. We went in there and I showed him a little bit of how the art looks. It ain't like, you might think there's some aggression to it. Of course there is. There's some aggression. There's a lot of aggression to it. But more than aggression, what did Bruce Lee say? Be like water? Yeah, more like that. Be like water. Yeah, it's more like be like water than just like I'm brute strength. I'm gonna beat you down. I'm gonna make sure you know I'm around. No, man. Yes, be like water. And the ones who understand that, probably their longevity in the sport, it's going to be a lot longer than someone who's not, because when you stop and think about it, you turn on the faucet or to a drip. Let's say outside faucet to a drip. It's just dripping, one drip, one drip, one drip, one drip. And then you put a rock underneath it. And you let that thing drip for 20 years. And you come back and look at that rock. Because it's been in that water, that drip, drip, drip. You're gonna see a big old hole in that brick, okay? That rock. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. So hey, listen, this is not meant to keep getting this. That little tap right is not meant to, no, it's not designed for that. So you can imagine what these guys is going through, taking an impact for 20, 30 years, what it's doing to this. Oh, it heals itself and then it gets some more of this. Heals itself. No, that's not good. So longevity is the key. Get as much information if you're gonna be in this sport as possible to make sure that you're gonna be okay. And that's all I'm saying. And that's basically what was going on with this whole thing with why people say every time I come in, oh man, he's in there, oh, don't say nothing. They think it's bottom line, man. The bottom line is the fight. I ain't trying to make no money off of no fighters, man. Come on, cut it out, cut that mess out, man. You the ones who worried about getting money from fighters. I'm not worried about that. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just trying to help young men stay mentally, because it's boxing, right? And it can just walking around is a mental, okay? Yeah, just walking around. So, imagine what's happening when you get hit upside the head and you don't know how to get away from them punches. It ain't cool. It ain't cool. It ain't cool. So that's all I'm saying. Okay. So yeah. So fight, I'm gonna go ahead and focus on make sure we get this thing, find out when this happens, everything is happening. What's happening here? We got something going on here. It looks like we got okay. I gotta go and check this out. So in the meanwhile, what we're gonna do is, while I'm checking everything out, we're gonna make sure everything is cool. Yep, we're gonna make sure everything is cool. I gotta do a little research, get everything together. In the meanwhile, the show is going to continue. Until we get to the fights. And the fights is going to be, like I said, it's going to be tremendous fight card tonight. We're going to have a great time. I'll try to get a few guests in here. I guess a lot of people, listen, I got people all the time talking about, yeah, I'll do a live, I'll do this. But they like saying, they talk about like they're going to be, they'll do a live, they'll do a live. But then all of a sudden you put my face, my face, put me an avatar, man. I want to be, is that thing like you got an avatar? No, I ain't got no avatar. So it's kind of it's funny, but it is what it is, right? So yeah, avatar. I don't know, I ain't got no avatar. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this here thing cracking, seeing what's happening, and we're gonna in the meanwhile, we're going to see what's going on with Ryan Garcia, what I think is going on with Ryan Garcia. We're going to check that out. Get my little update on what I think was going on with Ryan Garcia. And, whether he who he going to fight, how he going to fight. For those who did not see what I thought, you get the opportunity to see what I thought now. And, so we'll see what's happening, Yeah, so, but my earnest opinion, and it's just my opinion, is that we in for treats. I mean, we in for some treats, right? We are in for some treats moving forward. We're going to have some great things happening in the sport of boxing this year, and I can't wait. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna watch a few, some
Thanks
stuff
for tuning
that,
in to another episode of King Mighty King Media TV.
I did.
And once again, I'm your host, the double OG Guru of Boxing, Ted King. And today we're going to be talking about this upcoming fight. Very interesting fight, by the way. And we talked about this fight earlier when the fight took place about a year ago last year. And when Ryan Garcia took on Devin Haney for the lightweight championship of the world. And it was so interesting the way they did this. The publicity for this particular event was phenomenal. And it was so well scripted that I decided to revisit this fight because they just signed over there, and I believe it was Saudi Arabia, Turkey Al-Sheikh, put on these here tremendous fights, and he was able to sign Devin Haney and the Ryan Garcia to fight again. Now, I'm not sure exactly when the fight is going to take place, but I just want to say that if it's anything like it was the last time, I just have to say this.
The fight of the week. Your Saturday night cavalcade of sports feature.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a knockout, right? Anyway, so what I'm saying to you is that a Ryan Garcia fight was kind of sort of like just what happened. It was a definitely unexpected event. Everyone was off, was taken, because I'm not sure if you all know what happened, but Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney scheduled for a fight. They did fight, but it was so much stuff that was going along with the fight. Like, for example, there was a weight breach of contract where Ryan Garcia did make weight. And so this was just to be honest with you, just could not believe the things that were taking place that, leading up to this fight. And again, I had said in one of my videos that if the fight took place, that I thought that Ryan Garcia had a chance. If anybody was going to get knocked out, it wasn't going to be Ryan Garcia, it would be Devin Haney. Well, Devin Haney, he did survive the fight and showed tremendous heart, but he didn't win the fight. Matter of fact, they gave the fight to Ryan Garcia for all those who remember what happened. And, so I'm talking to some people who may not have seen the fight, because this is the first time we actually go live. No, by the way, if you are you never heard of the channel, do this. Please do that, okay? Subscribe to the channel, and that way, we can get you can get any upcoming fights or notification that's going to be taking place, because we just had a very, very interesting fight with Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, where Tyson Fury again lost twice now to Usyk in decisive fashion, actually. So, these fights are going to be taking place. We got another fight coming up, this David Morrell versus David Benavidez for light heavyweight supremacy. Now, these two guys are young fighters, very well schooled. Both of them arguably at one point maybe the face of boxing, So this is going to be very interesting to see what happens and see how this thing going to play itself out. But we know that David Morrell and both fighters, David Morrell and are fabulous fighters, right? So we have to look. Just when it comes to these fights, especially when it comes to the David Benavidez, because he shows a tremendous amount of grit and heart in there.
For example, here we go. Take a look at this.
He's a two-time world champion. Left hook, partially blocked, but back comes Davis. There's a right hand by Benavidez. You heard that echo. Who's and ahs by the crowd here in Phoenix. Followed by a right hook. And now Benavidez looking him alone. Davis might be in trouble. Davis with his back on the ropes. He might be playing possum, but he's eating big shots. A right hand over the top by Benavidez. Back comes Davis. Oh, they're going toe-to-toe. How can you not love this? A right hand backing up Davis, but Davis unloading. Benavidez says, okay, yeah, I like this. What a fight here in the fourth. Oh, look, caught by Benavidez. The action heating up, unquestionably. What a fight. Oh, look, caught by Benavidez. Benavidez is a savage.
So you see what I'm talking about. This David Benavidez is I mean, listen, Davis. I mean, Benavidez is a very formidable fighter, and most fighters, most people who follow the sport know that the great Saul Canelo Alvarez ducked, as we say, David Benavidez, and for obvious reasons. So you know, this is going to be again the fights that that we have to look forward to, especially when it comes down to these two guys. When it comes down to Benavidez and Morrell, this is going to be very interesting, because Morrell is a tough out as well, So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be very interesting how this stuff is going to play itself out. So, let me show you a little bit of David Morrell. We look at Benavidez. Now let's take a look at Morrell, because he's going to be like I said, a very tough out. And this should be a very interesting fight as well. So
Algo que me gusta que hacen los golpes curvos.
Ahí está. Combinación de manos.
Quedan 30 segundos ahí para recibir.
yeah. So again, we got that fight coming up. We got the rematch with Bivol and Benavidez for the supremacy in the light heavyweight championship. Okay, so listen, again, the boxing landscape is alive and well, doing very good. Turkey is over there making some things happen. We can't take credit for the fact that boxing is back and moving forward and in good health. So, I also would like to also say that there's some up and coming fighters that on the pinnacle of superstardom, and one of those fighters would be what's that boy's name? What's that boy's name? The one who just fought. He fights out of Deshaun Davis. Keyshawn Davis. Excuse me, Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, Keyshawn Davis. I don't know why I forgot Keyshawn. Keyshawn is like one of my up-and-coming guys that I'm looking at. And that boy is really, really good, Keyshawn Davis. And so, and then we got, again, also, what's my boy's name? My boy, Javante Tank Davis. Javante Tank Davis is also going to be, fighting real soon, we think. Kind of up in the air with that one because, Javante supposed to be fighting LaRoche, and hard to say, what kind of think process Javante Tank Davis is in right now. Doesn't look like he's getting along very well with any of his advisors or handlers. For example, Calvin Ford. We don't see Calvin Ford, which is very, very unusual because Javante Tank Davis has been with this man since he was a little guy. So, with that being said, it's kind of sort of confusing from my perspective on what's really going on with Javante, and so I don't really know if matter of fact, I take a look at Devontae's fight. And I look at it like Devontae might have his hands full. These two guys know each other very well. So Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach, it's going to be kind of hard to say who's going to win the fight, because with that thought process of Devontae Tank Davis and his mindset, the way he's thinking these days, it's hard to say if Devontae is actually ready for the fight. He's been doing several press conferences and stuff, but it doesn't seem like he's got his mind into it. So it's hard to say what's going to happen. Only thing I can say is that moving forward, looking at the landscape of the boxing, it's in really good shape. We got we got some up and coming fights, and Benavidez, Morrell is one of them. Then after that, we got Benavidez and Bevo, and and then of course we got the Devontae Tank Davis, and then we got all the other narratives that's going on with Terrence Bud Crawford vying for a fight with the great Canelo Alvarez, not knowing clearly if that fight, because sometimes you hear it's on and sometimes you hear it's off. So that is another one that's kind of confusing to me as to whether that's going to take place or not. But looks like Turki Al-Sheikh, if he's having his way, it's going to happen. Turkey seems like he says, what's going to happen, it's going to happen. So we'll have to wait and see till they get in the ring if that's the case. But as it stands right now, it looks like they're going to fight. Although we still have a lot of other talks about this feud between fighters. You got a fight with a feud between now. It seems like Tank Davis, even though he's got a upcoming fight, wants to say some things about Terrence Bud Crawford, and Terrence Bud Crawford is, of course, clapping back and saying what he's going to do if he, sees him or talks to him or whatever. Because he said some derogatory things, from my understanding, of what's been reported, and about some personal things. So we'll see what's going on. But for the most part, boxing is live. Wanted to come on and do a live podcast. This is a podcast here. Is like I did one before. And it was with the Usyk and Fury fight. That fight, you can hear the video, but you couldn't see the audio that came out. It was a very good display of commentating, though, if I may say so myself. It was very good. Okay, so I enjoyed doing it, but I don't have. This you can see it, you can hear my voice, but you really can't see during the fight. The only thing you do is hear it, like radio, of course, and it came out really good, I thought. And so gonna get my feet wet, gonna do more of these live videos, and I got several sponsors in line. So they want to get their names out. And of course, one of them is Add My Name. That's www.addmy.name, advertising and marketing. And they're our sponsors. Seems like they're going to be our sponsors for a minute now. They've committed to the sponsorship of the channel. And so that's another reason why I'm doing these lives. And so, you can visit my name, www.addmy.name, and see what they're about. They actually got some really good things over there. Matter of fact, I see where they're trying to help people make a lot of money. And if that's anything, say people are interested in doing that, you can slide over there to their website, take a look at some things, and see if you can judge. Because with the price of the tea in China these days, you're gonna have to do something. I mean, seriously. I mean, because the way things are going these days, yeah, you're gonna have to do something and do something right away. So yeah, that's what our sponsor, Add My Name, is all about. Trying to help people, change the trajectory of their lives and help them become independent. And in other words, for example, I've talked about this several times because I've done some work with them. There's 168 hours in a week. Add My Name is trying to introduce people to some principles. We're making instead of working 40 hours a week and having 128 days of life, work 8 hours a week, and have 160 hours a week of life. So that's what their thing is about. But you can go over there at My Name and check it out and see what they're doing, and and see if there's something that they can help you with. So that's our sponsor for today. And yeah, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, back to the boxing. Yeah, so we got a lot of things going on, and once again, I believe that if men, the year start moving forward, we're going to see some exceptionally great fights. And there's another gentleman that a lot of have a bunch of fighters for many, many years. As a matter of fact, I coach boxing in Sacramento, California at City College. I'm a boxing coach over there at City College, and I teach the nuances. Really, if you one of the best, to be honest with you. And so boxing fighter, I can tell the technique on how is to implement a technique to be able to beat these their opponents. So I'm very good at dissecting the fighter's techniques. Of course, there's a lot of other intangibles with it, lifestyle, dedication to that nature, hunger. A lot of these things come to factor, because they pretty much have to live a Spartan life. But these days, thank goodness, fighter is able to, to be able, if a good fighter is able to take care of his family, able to have some businesses, some other things outside of the sport of boxing, to when it's all done, the career's all finished, they'll be able to pursue some other endeavors and to keep themselves, their livelihood intact, and as it should be, moving forward in life. So yeah, and so that's another reason why I teach the boxing. I'm in the old school understanding. I get to hit you, you don't get to hit me, which is, in my opinion, is one of the greats of the greats. Because he, although he, he got hit, but his process was, I get to hit you, you don't get to hit me. So that's where we're at on that. So yeah, but I'm gonna come out here and we'll talk about this upcoming fight that's coming up with the two combatants, Haney versus Garcia. Because in my opinion, that was an extremely well put together public publicity, advertising. That was fantastic the way they did that. It might have been a little bit redundant, and but the ebb and flow of how they did, I'm sure they're not going to be able to equal that again. That duplication will not happen. I think we're going to be a little bit more straightforward going into the fight this time, and then we'll go ahead and then we'll pretty much do the traditional training and get ready for the fight. Because the way they put that thing together, with the Ryan Garcia, it was just unbelievably had you on the edge of your feet. I've never seen it happen, and may not ever see it happen again to the extent of the way they did it. But we never know, right? We never know what might happen. But I'm telling you, from the beginning to the end of that ordeal, you just never knew what was going to happen or how it was going to happen. The whole thing was, just people just and be a part of it in any and every kind of way, which is, this is besides the fight. Now we're not even talking about the fight. The fight in and of itself was great too, but before the fight took place, the way things were set up and what they were doing to set things up, we just have to look at it for what it is, what it was. And sort of like, let's look at it like this. Let's do this.
Claim that I cheated. Everybody knows that I don't cheat. What can I say? Why didn't you come out with this? Just for if it's fight before I did the cheater. You come out with the big thing that goes to, again, there's like people that are trying to attack me for whatever reason, but I'm still like, shots. I never taken a certain lot. I didn't get steroids at the end of the day. Really, I think supplements. Understanding it's coming from ashwagandha. That's what retarded. So big guys, I beat his ass. But I don't know. And I was like, fuck. He says, I don't know how this happens because I didn't.
Yeah. Well, we know that Ryan Garcia did test positive for steroids. He was suspended for a year, and so his testing didn't come back clean. So with that being said, there was something wrong with the way they were taking place in terms of the training aspect of things. But although that may have been the case, I still thought that if anybody was going to get knocked out, it would not be Ryan Garcia. So this time it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to play itself out. We're going to know that shortly. And we're going to be able to really be able to hopefully maybe get, hey, listen, if things happen, maybe we'll see a trilogy. We don't have to see. Ryan Garcia didn't have to lose against Devin Haney for there to be a trilogy. All they have to do is put on a good performance, between the two of them. And the public is going to see maybe a third Garcia versus Haney fight. So we'll have to wait and see on this. But I wanted to expound on this a little bit because it's very, in my opinion, the way they set things up was very, very well done. I personally thought that the whole way they presented everything was absolutely took us on a ride. And I mean, it took us on a ride. Oh, by the way, the reason why I said that I reported pretty much everything that was having to do with this situation, with the publicity stunts, with the press conferences, the weigh-in, the fight, the testing, the suspension. I mean, come on, man. You can't make this stuff up, okay? That Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney fight will go down. Matter of fact, Teofimo Lopez had something to say. They interviewed Teofimo right at the Ring Magazine, right? Ring Magazine Award ceremony, right? And they asked Teofimo, about the fights, and what he thought about the years of fight. And he said that he mentioned the Haney, Garcia fight, as one that was most intriguing to him. So I mean, I listen, and Teofimo, he's always up to something, got something going on, and so for him to say that, he must really, obviously get that, because oftentimes Teofimo, he likes to take that limelight, but that's one time he did not do that. He went ahead and he said what he thought. And matter of fact, hey, let's listen to what Teofimo had to say, about the matter. Hold on a second. Let me see. Maybe I got something to pull something up. Teofimo. Got here. Very, very. Oh, by the way, he's on my video. That I'm presenting. Just in case you all didn't see him, you get a chance to see him now, right? Because I don't think you were able to see him all. So he's an opportunity to take a look at some of these videos that was published. All right. So now we got the fight. The fight's going to start in about an hour, and I got everything all set up, ready to go. So we got an hour till the actual fight starts. I'm looking at it right here. I went ahead and got everything together, and we don't have anything happening for. Let's see. Let's see what we got going here. I just had it up. But anyway, we got about an hour for the fights to start. So yeah, we got another hour. Got the access. And we got about 1 hour and 28 minutes. So we're going to click off, and we're going to come back in about an hour to get this thing cracking, because it's going to be a heck of a night tonight. It's going to be a heck of a night. I'm excited, folks, ready to go. So we're going to start the live stream in about an hour from now, at about approximately 4 o'clock. It says here on my thing here, says that the fight starts in an hour, exactly. In an hour. So that's when the fight starts. The fight gonna start. The time is clicking. Pay-per-view's already taken care of, and we're gonna do the fight. So yeah. So in about an hour, I'll be back. Live streaming in an hour, about a half hour. I'll be, folks getting everything together, and we're gonna get it cracking once again. So yeah. See you in about an hour. I'm WOG Guru Boxing, Ted King, and to the next one, which will be in about a half an hour. Have a good one.